So welcome to a surprise episode for you and for me, because I got a text from this guy. Here we go, Mr. William Chow, the King of Smut 95, the godfather of anime in North America. He sends me a text at 2:30 in the morning. Did you know he sent it was like 2:30 in the morning? I got it the next morning when I woke up. And all the text said was, "Hey, I got this box for you with some stuff. Do you mind if I bring it over?" And I'm like, okay. I'm like, when the King of Smut 95 comes knocking on your door, you answer. So I honestly have no idea what this is. What is this? Like, let's just talk about this, because he brought it over in the rain today in Vancouver, and I haven't seen you in 2 years.
Yeah,
It's good to have you again.
It's great to be on here.
Yeah.
So, since the last time I was been on here, I started up a YouTube channel talking about anime and talking about how anime things were and whatnot. And so I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, and so I wanted to give back to my subscribers and that kind of stuff. And I put together these boxes, full of cool stuff from the past.
Right.
Just like back in the day, when a lot of times when you had to get videos or get music, you couldn't download them or anything. Because we're talking Windows 95. You couldn't download anything, right? So we had to actually physically send each other video cassettes or send each other CDs or
music or whatever.
And that was the only way that we knew what they sounded like, what they looked like, and what we knew about stuff.
Exactly.
So I put together a special box just for you.
This is wild. This is wild.
Because when I'm going through different things that I can give as gifts and that kind of stuff to I knew I thought, okay, this one shouldn't be given to those people. This should be given to you.
Okay, this is wild. I mean, I have no idea about this as well.
I picked out all the different things that I'm going to give to you. And,
well, thank you. This is like so unexpected. I mean, I haven't heard from him in 2 years, and sends me this text, and I was like, I got this box for you. I'm like, okay, and I didn't want to ruin this thing. What is it? And I thought, if he's wanting to come over here and do this, it must be kind of interesting. So thank you, number one, for sure.
Okay.
So let's rock and roll, I guess.
I'll with this box, I'll try to do it in order, kind of partially in order.
Sure. I'll look here, and then so I don't kind of look in and see anything, because I would be surprised as well. This is wild.
Okay. So first of all, let's do it kind of in order a little bit here. Okay. So first of all, one of the things I'm going to give you are these flyer sheets, okay?
All right.
The companies used to give out these these flyer sheets, and if you're a store or something, maybe like a Best Buy or something, you would put these at the front of your store, and so that people, when they come by, you could pick them up and say, oh, okay, there's this new show called Yojimbo or Big O or whatever. And then you would know that, okay, in advance that, hey, this looks pretty cool. You can go buy it. And again, they didn't have websites, and they didn't have things like Twitter and whatnot to tell you, hey, this is a new thing coming out.
Yeah.
They basically had to do it the old-fashioned paper flyer method.
Yeah, this is like 2003 for the Cartoon Network and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they advertised it. So I gave you a bunch of those, so if you want to give them out, you got
that's really cool. Yeah, it's put as a part of history. That's for sure.
Yeah. So now I start with that because I also have this one, which is especially made for you. Okay.
What is this?
These are Japanese flyer sheets.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now, if you open them up...
Oh, look at that. Megazone we got going on here.
So, I know he's a big fan of Megazone 23, so these are the exact equivalent idea, but in Japanese.
Holy.
Okay? So, if you went into a Japanese store in Akihabara or something like that, you would see these, a pile of these sitting at the front of the door or something, or by the bulletin board.
Whoa.
And they'd tell you, hey, we got Megazone 23 coming out. Here's some interviews and that kind of stuff from the the voice acters. Here's some other new things coming out. So so every sort of company would put these sort of things out. Whether it be by week, by month, or whatever. And they would tell you stuff that you need to know. And hey, maybe you should get into buying Megazone 23, for example.
How did you get a hold of these then?
Mm-hmm. I had pen pals and that kind of stuff in Japan, and of course Matt and Daisuke would bring these back to me.
These are and this is the 90s.
Yeah.
This is like Megazone 2-3 Part 3.
Yeah, so this is the only way we found out about stuff that was in Japan at that time. Is someone had to go over there. They had to get these and pick these things up.
Wow.
And they had to mail them back to you, or they had to bring them back in their luggage to you to find them. So that's
a part of history. These are really cool.
Okay. I also have some some posters and that kind of stuff for you.
There's nothing hentai going on here, is there?
No. Okay. So one of the big things that a lot of people used to have and buy as things is wall scrolls. Okay. So I have a big wall scroll of Cowboy Bebop here for.
Oh my god, this is awesome. Oh my god.
So this is entirely made out of cloth, and it's basically a Cowboy Bebop, poster here.
So what you were saying to me, the only thing you said about this box is that this was stuff that was in your store.
Yeah.
Oh my. So Will used to have an anime store back in the 90s. It was called Anime Janai, and it was the place to go to if you were into anime. I mean, you get anime put onto VHS for you and things like that, and what a place. And so this stuff, I mean, is all from the store too, which is so wild.
Okay, so here's another big promo poster, and it's for a game, okay? This is a Lupin the Third video game for the PlayStation 1, I do believe it was.
Oh, okay, I'm just going to put that in front of both of us there. Kind of, a little bit of hentai going on. Not very much, but a little bit. I knew you'd have to put some hentai in here. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So out of the video game magazines and that kind of stuff would be these.
Oh, here, I know this one.
Yeah.
We all know this one right here on the PC Engine going on.
So when we got Japanese magazines and that kind of stuff, the reason why we got them is because we needed to know how to finish the game. There isn't no, like, YouTube and watch some guy, finish and do a walkthrough for you. We actually had to use these kind of magazines and inserts that we found in the video games magazines to tell us, hey, this is how you do an uppercut, or this is how you do the special move.
There was no internet. You can. Yeah. I remember being at the arcade back then for Street Fighter and asking people, how do you do that move?
Yeah.
And sometimes they were like, I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
I remember there was quite a lot like that. Yeah. That's a cool one for Dracula X.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Dracula
really
X is, again, being a platform type game. You need to know where to go, where to get Easter eggs and that kind of stuff. If you get stuck, you're really stuck, right? You can't just there's nowhere to say, hey buddy, do you know how to complete this? Well, I never, I'm not there yet, or even try to find other people who are playing that same game. Yeah, is next to impossible. So really, these magazines were invaluable.
Look at this. There's a Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. So that's actually 1999. That'd be.
Yeah.
That'd be 1999. Yeah, it's funny because they don't make strategy guides anymore.
Yeah.
The internet's completely destroyed that. Brady Games is out of business. Yeah, all that stuff. So that's really interesting.
These are the CD inserts for PlayStation games for Inuyasha and Digimon.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're the full CD cover that you would get as a Japanese
the insert.
Item.
Yeah.
In case you wanted, for example, if you had let's say an English version, but you don't like the English cover, you can change it over to the Japanese one.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. I've often wanted that so many times where you get the American box out, you're like, well, I want the Japanese box.
Yeah, and you can see that they've left the spine part here unopened or empty, so that way you can actually put your own lettering and that kind of stuff. They usually have a Letra set which you can rub on and
oh, that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
I have you an Inuyasha CD as well.
Very cool.
And I also have. Okay, so this is called, it's kind of like an elf disco CD kind of thing. So basically, it's.
What is that about?
It's basically, you remember in the era, of basically, things like Initial D and racing music and
Oh yeah.
Asian dance music was the big thing because for us, a lot of the kids, shall we say, have too much money and wish we had their money and we wish we had their cars, type of things. So they would be basically playing this kind of music in their car.
Yeah, right? Wow. I do remember these times.
Yeah. So also on the topic of music, I pulled this one out for you. Okay.
What is this?
This is the record for a band called Ansijai. Okay, so they label their albums Ansijai 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
All the way up to like 10. Okay?
Yeah.
Now Ansijai is known for the the opening theme song music for Maison Akaku.
Okay, yeah.
Tsukisa, they also do a song called Wine Red no Kokoro.
Yeah.
Which is the song that Alan Tam has also done a song out.
I love my Japanese music. Yeah. I mean, I love my Japanese music so very much.
I also dug up this interesting book from my store.
Oh my god.
It's a book about role-playing games, but it's about the value of different role-playing games.
Oh, how fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you know, I know you don't know this, but I have a huge collection over here of choose-your-own adventure books. from this time period. You know what I mean? Like it's so interesting to get books on D&D books.
Yeah.
And I get a whole bunch of or and how much they're worth at the time. Oh yeah, remember these buying guides? It's kind of like a buying guide.
Back in the day, we used to have InQuest magazine for like magic cards and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No one ever uses that anymore.
Yeah.
And then the last sort of things I got here is the source of all of our material is I got a big series of different video game magazines. Okay?
Oh my! I have totes and totes and totes. I probably have.
Because I used to carry some of this stuff in the store.
I remember,
we needed this stuff to learn how to do all these games.
Some of the games. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
And so we spent so much time.
You know, it's so funny. The gems. Got it. Yeah. See this one? Got it. I don't need to just put this down because.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, here's another Megazone thing going on here. So I got it. I have all. Do you know what? Every Sunday. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
This is the first magazine for TurboGrafx.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
So
oh my god.
So just when they start introducing the new TurboGrafx, the TurboGrafx Duo, they had a magazine which showed us some of the games and that kind of stuff that came out.
Oh, that is the gold right there.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Oh my god, that's really cool, Will. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And
there's a Japanese version.
I love look at this on the back, Kingsfield. That good old style game.
Yeah.
Oh, this is PS1 era, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I love these magazines from back then.
See, like there are different parts and things in there which tell you, hey, this is how you get through certain parts. But it also tells you and shows you different things about the games. What games are coming out.
Yeah, like Crime Crackers 2 and Wild Arms going on and interviewing the producers on the game. That's pretty cool. These I like the Japanese magazines.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of Famitsu. Did you ever collect Famitsu back in the day? No, I did. I used to love that. Yeah, these are great. Look at this. All the old. This is it, folks. For anybody who's really young out there, this is how we did it back in the day. We'd buy video game magazines every week because there was no internet.
Yeah.
I mean, here you go. Look at this.
Yeah, Rogue.
Yeah.
I remember we used to always like Rogue Squadron and
with the Mega Man Legends advert right in the back there and. Yeah. PC Gamer. I never bought this magazine because I never had a PC.
Yeah. We needed that because it said back in the day. Remember, LAN gaming was a really big thing.
It was a huge thing.
Instead of having the internet, to do basically multi, player things.
Yeah.
We had to get together. We had to actually bring our PCs together.
And hook them all in.
Hook them all to a network, to a hub, so that we can all play. Let's say StarCraft together.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember we used to always, get a bunch of guys together. We played, I think like StarCraft.
Oh yeah. Oh, like all that. I just have to show them this.
Sure, absolutely.
God damn it! Back in the day, this is EGM. They wouldn't just take the Japanese artwork, which we would want to see. Somebody would redraw it.
Yeah.
Like, look at this Ryu and Ken here. What is this? What is this? This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Thank God this doesn't happen anymore. This is just that's a front cover of a magazine that was selling, how many thousands of issues, and they used that as the cover. Isn't that terrible? Don't you hate that though?
Yeah.
I just use the original Japanese artwork, and then here we go, their last one. They're very cool, Will. Thanks so much for all this stuff. It's a bit of a blast through history and all of that. And we were talking just before that. I really miss Will's store from back in the day. When did you open that store?
91.
Yeah. And I remember showing up at it, and I think I went there the first time, maybe in '94. Yeah, I think it was the first time I went there, and didn't you tell me a sad story? That they bulldozed the original store.
Yeah. They're right now they're knocking it down and they're gonna change it into condos. It's,
man. I mean, I know we were just
modernization,
talking modernization. Even the Toys R Us that's down the road, they smashed it all down. Are building condos there. It's like, oh, come on. I mean, all our history is getting. It's just disappearing now, quite a lot, and all that.
That's what we're here for. So
yeah, that's what we're here for, and just to talk about some of the older stuff. And thanks, Will, so much for coming over.
Yeah.
He came over in the rain, It's blasting rain in Vancouver for the next 7 months, right?
Probably.
But on this Sunday right now, you came over and yeah, a lot of fun catching up and all that. And we'll definitely do some more episodes in the future. I'll even put Will's channel down below, so definitely subscribe to his channel. He talks a lot about the history of anime in Vancouver and just the history of anime in general. And it's very, very interesting to have an older, and I'm in that same zone, the older perspective of what anime was then, what it is now, and where it's kind of going at times and all that. So anyways, guys, until next time.